On November 4th of 1991, the Irish band My Bloody Valentine released their second album called Loveless. Before making this video, I had never listened to this album, but I was aware of it. I knew it was really important and it is also super popular. Yeah, I was very surprised by it in a way, and I think it was really nice that I didn't know about it, because that way I can give you my first impression in a way. I already listened to it a bunch of times, but still it's not like I have an emotional attachment to this album because I just listened to it for the first time a month ago. But yeah, this past month I've been listening to it almost daily, just so I can make this video and be fully prepared, I guess. Loveless is a shoegaze album. It is actually the shoegaze album. It is the most important, I guess, of the genre. If you don't know what shoegaze is, it's this genre that came to be in the early 90s, maybe late 80s, and it basically stems from the dream pop genre or the sound of the Cocteau Twins. I really like the Cocteau Twins. They're one of my favorite bands actually. But yeah, I've never really been into shoegaze actually, but it's basically this genre where people stare at their shoes too much because they are using pedals. And if you don't know what pedals are, they are these little boxes that you can press with your feet while you're playing the guitar. Yeah, well, they change the sound of the guitar, or they can make a certain sound repeat over and over again. They just do cool stuff that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise. Shoegaze is basically that, but to an extreme. With shoegaze, they are using it so much that they are constantly looking down. So that's why they call it shoegaze, because everyone just looks like this the whole time. I guess this is the first shoegaze album that I listened to. In general, the shoegaze genre reminds me a lot of the song Heroes by David Bowie. It just got that vibe of a lot of effects, and I don't know, yeah, it's mainly just a bunch of effects. That's that's the vibe. And yeah, like I said, this album is very unknown to me, I guess, in a way. So this album was really surprising to me, and like I said, I think that's a very positive thing because I have no idea of what this is supposed to be, so I can kind of consume it as if I was a person in the 90s just listening to it for the first time after it was released, instead of having already a background with it. I do not have a background with this album, and I think that is really cool. The first track on this album is Only Shallow. I really like this song. The first time I listened to it, it really caught me off guard because it's very punchy, I guess. It's so strong since the beginning. It starts with percussion, and then it goes completely loud, I guess. It's too loud. It's a super loud song. I guess this album can be split into two sides. It can be either super noisy or it can be dreamy and soft. This song, Only Shallow, is on the noisy side. Definitely this song is super loud, and yeah, it really caught me off guard because it was so strong for a first track. Usually the first track you expect it to be more chill and just to get you in the mood of the album. And I guess this does that, but it's so powerful and you don't expect it to be that way. You expect it to be more on the dreamier side. Well, at least I expected it to be more on the dreamier side, considering it's the first track. But I really liked it. This song, well, it's true for every song in the album that the lyrics are very hard to understand. I tried looking for them, but as much as I want to read the lyrics and just tell you, oh, it's about this, I think that's not the point. Telling you the meaning of the song or whatever is quite irrelevant for this album because it's more about the sound, honestly. It's more about the sound in any case, well, in most cases. But for this album particularly, that's so true. You shouldn't worry too much about the lyrics. This song, for me, well, I guess it's more about emotional detachment, especially because of the title. It said Only Shallow, shallowness. So yeah, to me it's about that, an emotionally detached situation, maybe. I don't know. Then the next song is Loomer. This song is a lot more softer than the other one. So like I said, if we split the album into noisy and dreamy, this is on the dreamy side. And yeah, this song is super soft and it's really cute, and it contrasts a lot with the first one, with Only Shallow. The voice here sounds a lot more dreamy and sweet, but it's still maintains the noisiness and like punchiness, I guess, of shoegaze. So I think it's a good song, but I don't have a lot to say about it. Then there is Touch. This is an instrumental, and I have to say I absolutely love it. This song is less than a minute long, and if you remember, or I don't know, maybe you haven't watched it, but if you have watched my Sonic Youth video, I mentioned in that video that I don't like short songs sometimes, and sometimes it's great, sometimes it just doesn't work, and in this case it worked perfectly. This song is amazing. I don't care that it is only like 50 seconds long. Those 50 seconds are great. It feels like narrative in a way. It feels like it was telling you a story or something like that. It's just great. It reminds me a lot of those videos that they would play at art exhibitions. You know, they're usually in black and white and like very grainy and I don't know, violent sometimes, and you just have to sit there in the dark and watch it, and everyone else is just like yeah but maybe you don't understand anything. This is that, but in a song, and I love it. I think it was amazing. I don't understand like if it's supposed to mean anything, but I like it, and I think that's all that matters. It was great, even if it's just 50 seconds. Then the next song is To Hear Knows When. This song is also on the dreamier side. It's actually quite similar to Loomer, or at least it reminded me of it. It also is the one in which I think the vocals are the most unnoticeable. Like in the rest of the album, the vocals are very hard to distinguish, but in this song in particular, it's like I don't understand a single thing. And I mean, that's the point of the shoegaze thing, right? Like to make the voice more of an instrument, which is also something that we can see in the Cocteau Twins dream pop vibe, right? And I really like that. I think the vocals should always be treated as just another instrument. And yeah, I just wanted to mention that this is the one that really carries that feeling of like, yeah, the vocals they are not the protagonist at all in this song, and I think that's very fun. But yeah, I don't understand at all what they are saying. But yeah, this song also is the one that first made me think of Heroes by David Bowie. I mentioned at the beginning that the whole shoegaze genre reminds me of that song, but this song, To Hear Knows When, it was the one that made me think of that. And then there's the classic When You Sleep. Everybody knows this song. This is the first song that I listened to from this album. My brother really likes it, and so whenever he's like emotional, I guess he plays it on his car. That's where I know this album from, actually. And yeah, this song is a classic. Everybody knows this song, like I said. It's super popular on the internet, and it's the only one that I had heard before making this video. It's super recognizable, and about the lyrics, I guess I don't have much to say, but I do think that this song is quite romantic in a way. It's got the doomer vibes that are like very present in shoegaze, but I don't know, it sounds like when you are in middle school, like you're just a teenager, you're starting to be a teenager, and you realize you have a crush on someone for the first time. I feel like that's the vibe of the song. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, then the next song is I Only Said. I really like this song too. I really like that this song is right after When You Sleep, because I feel like When You Sleep is very emotional and very sad. It's got the very, I don't know, it makes you feel down in a way. It's very cute. But this one, I Only Said, is like, it's got the punch, right? It sounds a lot more vibrant, and I like that they are together because you're like feeling down from When You Sleep, and then this song is there and you get like back on track, I guess. It's a lot more upbeat, I guess. Again, I don't know anything about the lyrics. Maybe they are devastating and I have no idea, but it is very danceable and uplifting to me, at least. And then we have Come In Alone. This song, I guess, is more like a perfect balance between the noisiness and the dreaminess of the album. Here, there is a lot of noise in the instrumental, and it reminds me a lot in that sense to Only Shallow. It is a quite similar song, but the vocals are a lot more softer. Like in Only Shallow, there is that still, like the instrumental is very noisy and the vocals are super soft. But in here, that is like the contrast is a lot higher, I feel. And I guess it also has a better balance between the levels in the vocals and the levels on the instrumental. But I don't have much to say about this song, honestly. Just that it's very dreamy, that's still very noisy. Then the next one is Sometimes. And this song to me feels super different from anything else in this album. I don't know. It still sounds shoegaze, yes, but it's so different. I don't know why. It's just a soft song, you know? It's not noisy, but it's also not like super dreamy, you know? It doesn't have that vibe. It's just a soft song. It sounds kind of romantic in that way. Not romantic so much as like love, but just like soft and emotional, like that. I don't know how to describe it. It's so weird. It also caught me off guard because of how different it is. It's kind of contrasting. Not so much. I mean, it's not out of the vibe from that album. It's just different to me for some reason. And also, I feel like every other song in this album is kind of like begging you to pay attention. And this song is the only one that feels like you could have it as background noise while you do your homework or something like that. Like, I wouldn't play this album while I do anything else. I would pay attention to it. But this is the only song that I can say like, oh yeah, I can definitely see me doing something else while I listen to it. It's like that type of song that you could have on a playlist and you don't have to listen to the rest of the album to enjoy it. Then the next song is Blown a Wish. I really like this song. Like I said in the beginning, I am a huge fan of the Cocteau Twins, and so this song is so much like the Cocteau Twins. It sounds so much like them. The voice especially sounds a lot like Elizabeth Fraser. At the beginning, it has like this intro. It's going like, oh, oh, oh. And it sounds so much like Elizabeth Fraser in that part. And I don't know, it just got the vibe. It's got the Cocteau Twin vibe. And I really liked it. It's a very sweet song to me. I like it. It's not noisy. I think it's more on the dreamy side. I think it's very romantic. Again, I don't know the lyrics, but I do distinguish this line that says, I'd be the death of you. And I think it's not like in a threatening way. I think it's more in like a romantic way, like the way that you fall for someone and then, I don't know, you're kind of like risking your life. I don't know how to describe it, but I think you know what I mean. So to me, it's a very romantic song, but I have no idea if that really is the case, but I like it. And then we have the second to last song, which is What You Want. I don't have much to say about this song, honestly, but it reminds me a lot of emo music. I'm also not like super into emo music, mainly because I haven't listened to a lot of emo music in my life, but I mean, it doesn't sound at all like emo, but it reminds me of it for some reason. It's like a very whiny song. I don't know if it's actually like whiny, but it kind of sounds like that. I don't know how to say that, but yeah, it's like yearning guy type of vibe. Which is nice. I like it. But yeah, it's not my favorite song on this album for sure. And that's all I have to say, honestly. Then the last song is Soon, and oh my god, I love this song. This song is so good. It's almost not like a rock song. It's kind of hip hoppy. It's not hip hop. I'm just saying it's kind of hip hop. It's got the danceable vibe and it's very upbeat. I don't know the lyrics. I'm pretty sure it does have lyrics, but I don't know. It's just so fun. This song is super fun. I don't know what it is about. I don't know what the intended vibe is, but I really like it. I love this song. It's also very contrasting with the other ones because this one is so upbeat and like I said, it's very danceable. It's like something you can hear at a party. Like I said, none of the songs in this album are very good for background, but if you were to have a party, this is a good song to have. So yeah, I really like this song. And yeah, overall this album was such an experience. Like I said, I had never listened to it before, so I wasn't expecting much of it actually, but it was really surprising. I really liked it. It was mesmerizing. It was an amazing experience. I can't miss the band. And yeah, I really liked it. I think it's the kind of album that you should actually listen to. Like, don't play it. I've said this a lot of times during the video, but yeah, don't play it while you're doing something else. Sit down and listen to this album Okay? Don't just have it as background while you're doing your chores or whatever. This is the kind of album you would listen to while you're on the backseat of a car and you're just looking out the window, but it's late at night. It cannot be daylight. It's also like for when you're just staring at the ceiling, lying on the ground, or when you're at a sleepover and everyone else has fallen asleep and there's nothing else to do. That's the vibe. Do not play this album if you're not going to be concentrating on it. Mainly because it's super loud. It's not for doing your homework. It's not for washing the dishes. It's not for having a conversation and it's just there playing. No, you have to pay attention to it, I feel. You have to pay attention to it and it's just begging for your attention, honestly. Not in a bad way. And yeah, my main opinion, I guess, is that it was really good. I was really surprised also while researching about this album because I found out that it took so long. I think it took 2 years or 3 years to fully like record it and produce it, everything. And that was really surprising to me because I thought it sounded really unpolished when I first heard it. So like, I don't mean that in a bad way. I thought it was like in a punky vibe kind of way. Yeah, I think that's like the vibe, you know. That's what makes it shoegaze also. And I don't mean unpolished as in, oh, they didn't do it well or whatever, but you know, like the punk vibe, you know what I mean, I feel. But yeah, and then just realizing that it's actually the product of such perfectionism was like, wow, I wasn't expecting that at all. And I guess that's really cool. It made me really emotional to think about all the care that went into this album. I think that's really cool. I really like that. I think there are no mistakes in this album, honestly. Now I'll show you my ranking for every song. It's going to be on screen now. But yeah, now for the big question. First, should you listen to this album? Absolutely. This album is great. It's such a classic and it's so relevant. It's so popular in the internet world. So I think it's cool, you know, like to stay hip, I guess. But yeah, just overall a really nice album. And then, would I buy this album? Also, yes. I think I would like to buy it as a vinyl, but maybe I was thinking about it and maybe if I went to the record store tomorrow, I wouldn't buy it if it was there. Like, it's not a priority, but I would definitely like to have it at some point because it is so cool and it is so important to music. So yeah, I would like to have it. Yeah, definitely give it a listen if you haven't, and if you have, you can tell me in the comments if you like it, if you don't, why, and all that. And yeah, also if you want me to check out an album, you can tell me and I'll make sure to look into it. And yeah, that is it. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, you can check my other videos as well. So yeah, thank you. Bye.